Okay, here we are in the tier maker. Let's see. The torch, well, I mean, it breaks in like 3 hits, deals basically no damage. Except it does set enemies on fire, so I'd say it's optional. It's not really a weapon to say, but yeah. The club, well, that's the absolute OG weapon. I'd say it's a B tier weapon. It deals good damage to skeletons, but like, it's just a club. It's nothing fancy. The stone axe and the flint axe. I'd say the stone axe kind of sucks. It's not that good. D tier. The flint axe, it's a better version. I'd say a B tier. And then the 2 good weapons, the knife and the spear. I'd say the knife is an easy S tier, just because of the fast attack speed and slash damage against the railings and great dwarves. And also the special attack of knives is fantastic. And then the spear. Flint spear is actually an S tier weapon. Mainly because it's a ranged weapon as well, and it does not use arrows like the bow does, which is kind of optional in the Meadows. It's just so expensive to craft arrows in the Meadows section of the game. You don't have any good way to cut trees and farm them. I'd say these 2 are optional. You can make a bow. It's kind of slow and yeah. But let's go check them out in game, see why they're in the S tier and B tier and so forth. Okay, next up the axes. Stone axe, well, it's okay if you have nothing better, but let's be real, the flint axe is where the meat and bones are. This thing is the absolute menace of graylings and grey dwarves in Meadows. And it's also great for chopping down trees, so ditch the stone axe and go for the flint axe if you can. Okay, so the torch and club is kind of the same story with the axes. So the torch can actually set your enemies on fire, so that can be very useful in some situations. If you have a horde of grey dwarfs chasing you down. Yeah, use the club if you can. If you can't, well, use the torch for that moment. I mean, the club is just a classic Valheim weapon with a 3-hit combo. 1, 2, 3, and just about all the enemies in the Meadows will die to that combo, more or less. Case in point, 1 combo, 1 annoying little bugger down. Okay, so the knife. Well, the knife is actually my favorite weapon, I'd say, in the Meadows. Just because of the special attack. You can actually jump onto enemies and use it as a gap closer. You see, I just ran down that deer and that guy almost got 1 shot. With some more skills, I'd say would be dead as well. But yeah, the knife is absolutely fantastic. And, well, I do highly recommend this. Try it out if you haven't yet. Okay, so the flint spear. So, why is this thing in the S tier? Well, it's simply because you can throw it, and it's kind of a bow, but you don't actually use any arrows, and it deals pierce damage, so you can actually get some deer with it. Just like that. And it also has a good sneak bonus of doing some backstab damage, so you can actually one-shot a star deer, no problem. And it also has a super fast attack, so you can spam a grey dwarf or something to that. Okay, that's the spear done. So finally, the optional item, I'd say, the bow. And I mean, basically the only thing you use this thing for, because it's so slow to draw, you have to hunt deer with it. And I mean, this is not really a bow you can use for combat. because it takes like a year to draw it out. But yeah, you can just get some boar, get some deer with it, but not much else. And it also uses arrows, so it's a pain in the butt to create lots of arrows. You have to jump like 3 times to dodge an enemy to draw it. It's not great. I'd say you have to wait for the better bows to start using them, but yeah. It works, though it is slow and cumbersome. So that's the Meadows section done. I'll see you up in the next one. Okay, so the Black Forest tier list. Well, once you enter, of course you don't have the new stuff, so I think the Flint Spear will still be like A tier. The knife, it's fallen down quite a bit, I'd say, from Meadows, but still usable. B tier. This thing's still kind of optional. It can be useful, especially offhand in the dungeons. The club, I'd say the club is still A tier for clearing dungeons for the skeletons. At least before you get the bronze mace and stuff. And then we have the stack breaker, which is actually very useful if you want to make one. Though it is kind of expensive to craft, but it's just a absolutely monstrous weapon for clearing dungeons or masses of enemies. And then we have the bronze stuff and the black horse here, the abyssal razor, which is actually unlockable at this stage once you get the pickaxe. You just have to go out in the ocean and collect some chitin, and you can craft it at the normal workbench, so it's actually a lot better than the bronze dagger or knife. So use that thing if you want to have a good weapon. The gear is S tier, of course. I mean, it's just amazing crowd control. The spear, I mean, the spear is good, but do you really want a spear anymore? The gear is pierce damage as well, so I think the spear drops down to like a B tier. It's just a waste of bronze, to be fair. Kind of the same story with the sword, though the sword is nice sometimes, but I mean, for what it is, in the Black Forest, the sword, it's kind of meh. It's like a B tier. Then we have the bronze axe. Well, you need one to cut fine wood, so S tier, of course. I mean, it's not really a weapon, but still in there. Then we have the bronze mace, which probably is the best weapon to go into swamps with at the beginning. Good for Black Forest. I mean, by the time you get the mace, you're kind of already out of the Black Forest, aren't you? So it's kind of useless. It's okay, I mean, the club will deal with skeletons, so you don't even need it in the Black Forest, so it's just gonna sit there at C tier, I'd say. Then the finewood bow. So this thing's finally actually somewhat useful. I'm gonna say it's like A tier. I mean, it's the best bow you can get for this stage of the game for a long time. I mean, that's about all the things you can unlock in the Black Forest stage, I'd say. There's not a lot more. I mean, that's how I imagined the tier list will be, but let's go check them out in game, shall we? Okay, so the torch, well, still kind of okay, at least in the Black Forest area, because these guys, well, they are weak to fire, so it's useful against these guys, but not much else, I'd say. And, well, I mean, it still breaks very easily, so I wouldn't say it's a great weapon. So the club, I mean, the club still works against these guys as well. It's still like a 3-hit kill, if not a 4 or 5-hit kill. Maybe 1 or 2 combos sometimes. And yeah, that's about it, so... I mean, use some fire, use some clubs if you want. I'd say, like... Fire is kind of good against the Great Dwarves, but not much else. I mean, it's just like an emergency weapon if you don't have anything else. Okay. Okay, then the knives. So the flint knife. I mean, it still works against these guys. It's like a 2-combo kill. It's still very solid here. I mean, the copper knife, well, it's just a expensive upgrade over the flint one, so I mean, it's completely fine, but would you waste your metals on this thing? Sometimes it kills with a 1 combo, but sometimes it takes 2. It's fine, I guess. It is an upgrade over the flint one. Okay, then we have the bronze mace here. I mean, it's like the club, slightly better, I'd say. This thing actually deals some pretty good damage, but it's still 1 combo for 1 kill, so I prefer the knives, because they're just so much faster. But this thing does have the special attack, so it has that thing going for it. And well... yeah. I mean, the special attack is great, because it can stagger enemies, and... the combo deals good damage, so... it has that thing going for it. Then we have the bronze sword. I mean, it's the first sword you get, so... it actually deals quite a lot of damage to Great Dwarves. They are kind of weak to slash, I'd say. I mean, it's a solid weapon. It's like a A or B tier. I mean, it shines more in the swamp, I'd say. But, yeah. You can deal with a lot of Great Dwarves with this thing. Like a 2-hit kill, usually. And you get the special attack as well, which deals quite a lot of damage. So, you kind of want the speed, I'd say. It's kind of slow to try to hit anything with this thing. It's just not reliable at all. It's a 1-hit kill, but... you want to, like, parry your enemies, and then you can hit it. Otherwise, it's just not gonna happen. So, yeah, I'd say not the best, but still fine. Okay, then we have the bronze spear, which, well, it's a stabbing weapon, so you can kill trolls with this thing, but not much else, I'd say. I mean, does stagger enemies quite well, but... and, well, troll... I mean, I prefer a bow and arrow, but... if you have the patience to try to roll around and stab this guy to that, then go for it. I mean, it is weak to pierce damage, so... it's the best spear you can get. So, it's not a fun time to stab one troll to death with this thing. It takes so many hits. You need stamina, and, well, you just don't have enough stamina with this food available in the Black Forest yet. You see, this guy's only like half health currently. It takes forever to kill. And, well, throwing it, well, 30 damage, not that much, and, well, yeah. I don't recommend the spear that much. I might have to drop it down to like a C tier. It's not great, but it's still the best pierce weapon you have, so I guess that makes up for all the other parts. It's just because you have nothing else better, so use it at your own risk, okay? Okay, so the fine wood bow. I mean, I'd say this thing is actually now useful. It has a medium time draw delay, I'd say. And it's actually kind of accurate. I mean, it's fine. I'd use this thing. It's actually somewhat useful instead of the crude bow. I mean, you can actually hit things with this thing. Finally. And you actually unlock some new arrows here in the Black Forest, which you can get from the towers and houses from the boxes and things, or chests, so you don't have to craft them yourself. So, highly recommend this thing. Then we have the axe. So, this thing is actually great for chopping down trees and heads. So, it's usually a 2-hit kill or 1-hit kill on these things, and you also get the special attack. So, use it as you will. I mean, it's about the same as the sword, just a bit slower. I wouldn't waste my precious metals on the sword, I'd just make this thing and chop down Grey Dwarves and Draugrs with this thing. Works fine. Okay, then we have the Abyssal Razor, which is actually an insane knife for this area. I mean, it's a 1-hit, 2-hit, 3-hit kill on almost anything except the trolls. And you get the special attack, so you can chase down enemies with it. And it also has a massive parry bonus, so you can actually parry the trolls. And well, shall we give it a go? See if there's anyone home. Any troll? Oh, there is. Okay. Let's see, can we parry this guy? Yeah, you can. If you just time it right. I'm not that good at parrying trolls, but yeah. You do what you do at your own risk. I don't take responsibility. And then we have the gear. So, spawned in 5 of these guys, so we can show the special attack. And well, it's just fantastic at crowd control. I mean, if you get in a hard place and you just need to escape, just middle mouse button and off you go. All of them are dead, and I mean, this thing deals pierce damage as well, I think, so works good on trolls as well. You can just stagger the troll with the special attack. Shall we give it a go? So you don't have to actually parry anything, you can just stagger them. Let's see. So you take the special attack, and you spin, and well, now he can't do anything. You just spin, take some stamina back, spin, and the troll is forever stuck in this loop. He can't do absolutely anything to stop you. Just keep your stamina high enough, and off you go. Kill some trolls with this thing. And then we have the Stack Breaker in. So this thing is another crowd control weapon, I'd say. You just smack your enemies in the face with this thing and it pushes them away, deals AoE damage. I mean, it's just a simple little weapon. It's a skeleton's worst nightmare. And you can also use it to kill stuff through doors, walls. I mean, it's just fantastic of a little weapon. Use this at your will in the dungeons and they will be a lot easier. Okay, here we are with the swamp weapons. I mean, this thing is still absolutely S tier coming in here. The Stack Breaker, I'd say it's kind of it's not great anymore. It's, I guess, C tier maybe. I mean, if you have nothing else, then sure. The Flint Spear, it's kind of bad already. Don't use this thing. It's already in D tier. The Bronze Axe, it's okay. I'd say it's a B tier. the fine wood bow. I mean, you start with that before you have any iron, so that's what you get. It's an A tier, I'd say. The bronze sword and mace, of course, A tier. They're fantastic starter weapons in Swamp. The bronze adgear, I'd say this is even better. I'm gonna put it in S tier, it's still decent. And then we have the iron battle axe, I believe it's called. I mean, it's fine. It's not my favorite. I'd say it's a B tier weapon. And then you get the bow, which is... It's better than the fine wood bow, but it's really expensive and you don't really need any bows in the swamp. I'm just gonna say it's an optional weapon just because of the special effect it has on the range you alert enemies from. But that's kind of an optional pick if you want. And then we have the iron headgear, it's absolutely fantastic. The iron axe, fantastic. The iron mace, I mean, I just throw this in double S tier if you can. It's the probably best weapon you can make in the swamps. The iron sword. I mean, why do you need the sword if you have the mace already? I guess if you like swords, sure. The bark spear, absolutely trash. Don't ever make this. Garbage. We have the iron sledge. And, well, it's kind of the same story with the stack breaker. I mean, it's a good weapon if you want to have some crowd control. It's a B tier. I guess that's what my tier list for the swamps looks like. I mean, the iron mace is just fantastic. I mean, I'm gonna drop down the axe. The axe is not really a weapon. I mean, it's the best axe you can get, but I wouldn't waste even my irons for that. You can get away with the bronze axe till plains, I'd say. Then you're gonna make the black axe and yeah. So the mace and the headgear at the S tier. And well, the rest are just meh, I'd say. The sword can be fine, if you like swords. The sledge and the battle axe are interesting, but I don't think they're even A tier. Yeah. I'd say this is what the list looks like. I mean, you don't even need any torches anymore. Just get them off the list completely. If you're coming in here with a flint spear, well, tough luck. You ain't gonna make it, boy. Okay, let's go check them out in game. Okay, so the flint spear, I mean, you might still have this when you come in here. So, I mean, it's pretty bad. Don't even think about bringing this here anymore. You are not gonna have a good time with this thing. And the upgrade, well, it's better, but it's just not great either. It's alright, I guess. I mean, I would not recommend this thing. I mean, you can use it to kill these guys, but you have so much better stuff available, I'd say. So I'd stay away from the spears. Okay, then we have the stack breaker and the iron sledge. Well, I mean, the stack breaker is still okay, but it's falling off real fast in here. The iron sledge, however, well, it's a direct upgrade and, well, it's effective. I'll tell you that much. Definitely good for crowd control and slapping some masses of enemies. I mean, one hit skeletons now, and overall, pretty useful, I'd say. Better than the stack breaker for sure. Then we have the bronze axe, and the iron axe, and the battle axe. So, The battle axe has a special attack, and the normal attack is quite a large swing. So it's crowd control, and you can like stab an enemy with it. Let's see. This guy is our test subject. Special attack. Jumped over it. I mean, it kind of pushes away, but the main attack is the meat and bones with the combo. And well, the battle axe, it's kind of slow, but it gets the job done. And the normal axe, I mean, do you want an iron axe? I think the bronze axe will do fine here. You don't probably even need the iron axe for anything. But it is an upgrade if you have the iron to spend. Go ahead, make one. If you want one. I'm not gonna say no. But yeah, I think the battle axe is actually the most interesting of the bunch. Man, even against these guys, a single combo is just gonna stagger it forever. So gets those skills done as well. Kind of fun and useful. It's a slow, heavy hitting weapon, but yeah. And well, you can jump down trees with this thing as well, but yeah, it's really bad for that. Okay, then we have the sword. So the bronze sword, well, this is what you come up here with, and well, it works against these guys pretty well, I'd say. And the iron sword, well, it's just a direct upgrade, I'd say. If you want to kill the elites, get the iron sword ASAP, as I imagine. I mean, the normal sword, it works okay, but yeah, get the better swords as fast as you can get. And you'll have a much better time, I'd say. The swamp is kind of rough, so definitely the bronze sword falls off quicker than the iron sword. Yeah, you'll end up in a situation like this where there's 15 enemies chasing you with the normal bronze sword, and you're not gonna have a fun time. But with the iron sword you can actually clear them out relatively quickly. Okay, then we have the bronze mace and the iron mace. So the bronze mace is what you come in here with, most likely. And well, it's a one-hit combo after you parry a drugger, so it's the, I'd say, most universal weapon when you come in here, and it's good against skeletons as well, so I think you probably make one of these before you come to the swamp, I'd say. I mean, you can get away with the swords and stuff, but yeah, I kinda like the mace here. And once you get some iron, well, you can make the iron mace. I'd say this thing is the staple of swamp weapons. A good combo, solid weapon. Well, just gets the job done usually. Well, you probably want some good armor as well, because the troll hide, well, it falls off pretty fast here. It helps if you have a rested bones as well. Okay, then we have the bronze anti-gear, so you most likely will have this when you come here, because it's just so good in the previous biome, so I mean, it still works okay on the druggers. I mean, it's really the special attack that's the meat and bones of this weapon. You can still stagger enemies with this, just like the trolls. So everything is not really weak to pierce, but this stagger is just so powerful and useful, so I do recommend this here. If nothing else, it's just a special attack, 2 hits, and everything's kind of dead. And then once you get the iron, of course you want to make the iron version, because yeah, it's just so much better, more damage, more durability. It's just great. You can even kill the elites with this thing, it's not a problem. You throw in a special attack and then you stab them to death. So I would not recommend fighting the abominations with this thing, probably, I'd say. I'd probably kill them with fire arrows. Yes, yeah. Well, let's give it a go, shall we? I mean, 9 damage, yeah, it's not really worth it. I'll give that space and time for another weapon. Then we have the bow, so the pinewood bow, I mean, the main target is probably the leeches with this thing. I mean, it's still quite slow to kill anything else with it. And you'll get to levels and then it's faster, but... yeah, I'd say in the mountains the bows become the main weapon. Or at least better than the melee weapons, but for here it's... I might even drop it down from A tier to like B or C tier, it's not great here. Then we have the Abyssal Razor, so this thing, well, still great in here. I mean, the parry bonus is fantastic, and even the Draugr elites can't do much about it. And the normal ones, well, they just get stabbed to death instantly. I mean, this thing is just amazing, and it's really cheap to make, so you just have to go up to one of those Leviathans, and that's about how you get one. I don't know about abominations, but yeah, you might have to resort to fire arrows or something to kill them, but you can kill them with this thing as well if you are good at dodging. But yeah, it's a risky game to play. Okay, so the mountains then, huh? So when you come in, you still have the Abyssal Razor, so I think that should be still pretty good, I'd say. It's not gonna clear the dungeon stat, or it's gonna clear the dungeons pretty well, but not everything outside of them. I'm gonna say it's still A tier. Then once you get the silver, you can make the silver knife, which is just directly better. So I think I'm gonna keep them both still in the A tier, but the silver one's better. And the bows, the finewood bow and the huntsman are kind of wasted, I'd say. I mean, the Draugr Fang, that's the best bow you're gonna get. It's a huge upgrade, and I'm just gonna say both of these are just garbage at this point. The spears, don't even. The spears are just... no, don't even think about them. The ancient spear is just garbage, and the Wolffang spear, why? Don't even think about bringing it in here. The iron sword, it's about the same as the razor, I'd say, and the silver sword. The silver sword, I don't know. It's not great. I might even drop them down to like B tier. They're solid, but not great. They're okay. And that's where they belong. And we have the axes, so... the iron axe. Don't try to make it happen as a main hand weapon. Not gonna happen. The battle axe, I'd say it's still solid. You can get away from a lot of trouble with the huge swing. And then you have the crystal battle axe, which is just an upgrade over the regular one, so... I mean, it's still not that fantastic. I'd say still a B tier. The iron gear. I mean, it's okay against wolves, I guess, but that's a pretty niche use case for it. I guess it works also in the dungeons against the wolves and the... what are they called? Big wolves. And we have the iron mace. I mean, I'd say this is still A tier. Wolves and other things just get staggered by the spelled axe, so a good main hand weapon. The Frostner, well, it's not the best in the mountains, but it'll be the best once you get out of mountains, so for the next area. I'm gonna say this is like A tier still in the mountains. It's gonna jump up to S tier probably in the next area, but yeah. The iron sledge, well, it's like the battle axes. It's kind of an optional weapon, I'd say. The dungeons here, well, you don't really get the doors, so you can't really abuse that here. Then we have the claws. So you have to get the full set, but once you get the full set, I mean, they're okay. Maybe B or A tier. We'll have to see in-game what they do. And then we have the iron pickaxe. So pickaxe you can actually use against the golems if you can stagger them. So it's an optional pick, so okay. I'd say that's my tier list for the mountains. And well, let's go check them out in game and see if I'm correct. Okay, here we are in the mountains. So let's check out the spear, shall we? There's a wolf right there. Does it even stagger them? No. So yeah, the iron spear is just hot garbage. Do not bring this in here. You will not have a good time. It's just a suicide mission, and the wolf spear, well, I'm gonna imagine this thing is not that much better. Or these guys, oh boy. I just wanted to kill the wolf, not these guys. How can I... Is there any chance we get out of here alive? 73 damage. I mean, you can actually use this to kill those guys, huh? It is viable somewhat. 2 hits to kill one. With the wolf spear, but yeah. I wouldn't really count my luck with them. Let's check out with the wolf though. See if this thing can stagger a wolf. Yeah, it can actually, so 3 hit kill. Oh man, it's not great, but I wouldn't recommend this thing. Okay, then we have the iron mace and the pickaxe, which is kind of special, I'd say. You can actually parry these guys. Then you can swing out the pickaxe and they are weak to it, but I mean, the mace is just so much easier, and yeah. If you wanna mess with the pickaxe, go ahead. I'm gonna stick with my mace. It's just fantastic against these guys. Mace for the win. Then we have the Frostner, so... I mean, I think this is actually S tier, even though I might have put it in A tier. I mean, just because of the stunning and slowing effects. I mean, if you hit a wolf once, they walk so slowly, you can just literally poke them to death. And it just makes life so much easier. Just get yourself a Frostner and forget about the iron mace. Then we have the dagger, so the razor. I mean, it's still fantastic here. It staggers a wolf, and 1-hit combo, 1 dead wolf. And well, silver sword is just a direct upgrade, I'd say. If we check out some more wolves here. Also, just 1 combo, 1 dead wolf coming up. It's about the same, but you also get the extra holy damage, or whatever it's called, spirit damage. I mean, it's just fantastic against wolves, and just, I mean, just a fantastic weapon. Special attack is a 1-hit kill on wolves. Don't even have to sweat about any enemies here. It's great, it's fantastic. A tier, maybe S tier, it's good. Use this thing if you want some easy kills. Then we have the iron headgear, so If you run into a pack of wolves, well, worry not. Its special attack will save you, so it staggers all of them, and the pierce damage can clear the wolves no problem. It's just great. I'd say probably the best crowd control weapon you can have in the mountains. Then we have the bows, so you might still have the finewood bow when you come in here, but I would recommend you switch to the other bows. The huntsman is, I'd say, good as well, but it takes iron, but I personally just go straight from the pinewood always to the Drugger Fang, just because of you don't really need a bow in the swamps, and once you hit a iron, or not an iron, but a silver vein or two, you can make this no problem. And it also has the poison damage, so that's just cherry on the top. And I think this is the bow you use to Ashlands. Then we have the battle axe and the crystal battle axe, so I mean the battle axe still works here, but it's kind of clunky already. Special attack staggers a wolf, so that's good for it, but I'd say the crystal battle axe is better in almost every way. Even the normal attack staggers the wolves, so if you need a battle axe, go for the crystal one. Man, otherwise, I'm not recommending these things. They're so heavy, so slow. It's so clunky trying to use one of these. Don't even bother. Then we have the iron axe. I mean, it is a weapon, but it's really slow and it doesn't stagger enemies until you hit the combo almost completely. It's not a fun time, I'd say. I mean, it's still usable if you have nothing else, but do upgrade to something better, faster, please. Okay, then we have the sword. So the iron sword is probably what you come in here with. And well, it one hits the wolves with the special attack, and does it really stagger them? Yeah, with 2 hits it does stagger a wolf, but so it's a 3-hit kill most likely. And then the silver sword. I mean, this thing should be even more powerful. Check it out. Alert one of these guys. Yep, 1-hit kill still with the special attack, and the normal attack should be... Oh, it's a 2-hit kill. Oh, so it's a lot better. Oh. So I'm gonna say the silver sword is 1 tier above the iron sword, whatever I gave it at. I think it's 8 here now, so there we go. Then we have the Fenring Claw thingies. So you have the set bonus, and they are like feasts, but like these are not that fantastic, I'd say, at least starting up. Maybe if you level up the fisting skill, you get to enjoy them, but at least the armor set has a good bonus of speeding you up when you run. So, more movement speed. I kinda like that. I mean, it's an optional set, I'd say. Maybe not the best, not the worst. And it does have this special attack as well. And I guess you can parry as well if you want. Yeah. But not the best, as you can see. Definitely try some of the other weapons. Okay, so the plains tier list. Okay, let's start with the Adgear, shall we? The iron. I think this thing is still probably S tier when you crash landing into here, but I'll throw it down to A tier because the black metal one, well, it's just plain superior. Everything's better about it. More damage. And more staggering power, so use that when you get it. The swords, I'm gonna do something like this. I'm just gonna throw the black metal at A, and silver at B, and iron at C. In that order. You might have an iron sword when you come here, but do get the silver at least if you want to have a sword. You can get away with the Adgear just fine. I don't recommend really the swords, they're kind of expensive and the Atgeir is just better. With the knives, I mean, if you still wanna run around with a knife, I guess the black metal one is for you. I think the Atgeir is just better at this point in the game. You don't really wanna stab your enemies anymore, they're kind of tough, more health, and can't really parry some of them, so I don't think the knives really shine anymore here. These two are just, nah, they fall off real fast. Then we have the clubs or maces. The iron mace. It's kind of falling off already. I'm gonna throw it all the way down to D here. The Frostner is great. The slow effect is fantastic here in the plains. And the Porcupine is kind of optional. It doesn't really have a unique use case, because the Atgeir is spears as well, and it's just better in reach and crowd control. I'd say use the Atgeir almost always over the Porcupine. Then we got the axes, so the black metal axe. Is it really even a weapon? Yeah, just throw it down there in the D tier. The iron battle axe. Maybe a C or D. I'm gonna keep it at C for now, and the crystal at B. They are okay, maybe once you first come into planes, but you don't really want to keep using them. Get the Atgeirs and you'll be fine, or better off. The bows, the huntsman is actually quite useful here, with an optional sneaking strategy, so you can snipe some loxes or stuff and not alert the whole pack. Because of the special alert range this bow has. And well, the Draugr is just S tier, of course, it's fantastic. Okay, well, let's go check them out in game, shall we? Alright, first up we have the Iron Mace, so you might still be rocking one of these when you first come into play, so let's check it out, how it does here. Here's a lone fueling, let's see if we can get a hit on him. Yeah, the combo does stagger him with 2 hits, so I'd say this thing is still very much viable here. And Death Squeetos, well, let's see. 1 hit, easy to kill. There we go. Still a solid option in planes, first of all, when you come here. So, do recommend. If you've liked the video so far, do leave a like, comment and subscribe. All of my views are from non-subscribers. Then we have the Chitin knife, or the Abyssal Eraser. So, see how this thing fares here. It's alright, I guess. Still about the same as the Iron Mace. I do kind of recommend this thing as well. Works great, and well, maybe you don't want to take on a full village with this thing, but should be enough to get going in this biome. Then we have the Silver Knife, so if you want to backstab by locks, well, this is your chance. With the special attack, and stabby, stabby, stabby. Just fantastic at dealing with these guys. Then you get a shield and you can dagger them and just stab them to death. There we go. One looks down, I mean. The Silver Knife is just straight up better than the Abyssal Eraser, so do make one of these if you want to mess with the knives. There we go. Okay, so then we have the Black Metal Knife. If you live in London, I believe this will be your jam. This thing is an absolute slice and dice machine, and all the fuelings, loxes, and everything will just fall under your might. Just stab once, twice, they're staggered, and finish the deal. Combo is great, takes not that much stamina to do, and it's just fantastic for life. then we have the axes, the black metal axe. I mean, it's not really a weapon, but it does 2 hit them, so... And it staggers with the first hit, so I do recommend this if you just want to get in the black metal stuff. The battle axe... It's kind of the same, I'd say, as the black metal one. 1 hit to stagger and 2 or 3 to kill them. And well, the crystal one is... It's an upgrade over the normal battle axe, so... I'd say it's slightly better. Let me see if I can find one of these guys to demonstrate. Okay, we came across a star fueling. Perfect test subject. Let's check it out. And it's down. That's just fantastic. I mean, this thing rocks in the plains, so use this if you want easy kills or fuelings. Okay, then we have the sword. So the iron sword. Oh, this guy's almost dead, so let's get another one. This village is half dead to something. Let's check it out. This guy, you wanna go? Come on, see me? Hello? Hello? There we go. 1, 2, stagger, 3rd kill. Okay. Absolutely fine with the iron sword. Check this guy with the silver one. Same deal. So the iron and silver sword are pretty much the same. And then once you get the black metal sword, this thing is an absolute killing machine. So you can just slice and dice, 1 hit staggers your fueling enemies, and it's just a good time usually. Unless you're being chased by some star versions. Yeah, I do recommend the black metal sword. If you wanna keep killing these guys, but yeah, do get the adgears preferably if you wanna kill a mass of them. And speaking of the adgears, here they are. You can even block the star ones with the iron one. And I guess the special attack should stagger them. Yeah. And the combo does stagger them as well, so even the iron one is perfectly fine in the lanes. But once you get the black metal together, you can make a black metal one. And this thing, I'd say, is the absolute best weapon, at least melee-wise, that you can use in the plains. Shall we demonstrate? Can we gather a whole pack of these guys together? Or are they all dead? So this special attack. And then just 1 or 2 hits should be enough to take clear of them. There we go. And you can always just run away, do a special attack, run away, and just keep on doing that. Then nothing can hit you, and you should be plenty safe. I mean, it's just amazing what this thing can do. Unless you get hit by fire and you don't have a fire resistance potion, then you might be in trouble, but yeah, generally speaking, this thing is absolutely fantastic. Does clear fuelings very effectively, as you can see. And if you have good armor, even their things don't do that much damage, and yeah. Rested bombs as well would help a lot. And 1 more guy left. Stabby stab. Shall we? That's the whole village down. Okay. Use the black metal one, it's just fantastic. Get some good armor, some good food. Maybe even some healing potions, and nothing can stop you here. Okay, then we have the Frostner and the Porcupine thingy. So the Frostner is just amazing here. I'd say this thing might even beat the Adgear, just because you can just freeze the fueling and then they don't have any idea where you are, and you can just finish them off like they don't even know what hit them. Here we are, we found some more. So let's check out this mace. Okay, thingy. So does 1 hit stagger? No. Okay, so you need at least 2 hits to stagger, but yeah, it does deal damage, but I mean, the Frostner is just way superior. This thing is not so great. I mean, it does deal pierce if you need that for something, but I'm gonna stick with the Frostner. The Frostner is just a far better choice. Okay, then we have the bows. So the Draugr Fang, I mean, with the needle arrows against the locks. I mean, the bow is kind of useless in the plains unless you want to kill the shamans for locks. I don't even want to recommend this thing. Try to go for something better. Like the gears and so on. The knives. Try to backstab them. I mean, this thing only has a use for one-hitting the shamans and pretty much nothing else. Okay, then we have the Mistlands biome, so... Started with the maces and axes, I think, so... The Frostner, I mean, absolutely S tier, no question about it. Just fantastic. The flow is great, damage is good. Then we have the Porcupine. Yes, okay damage, but it doesn't have the slow the Frostner has. Then we have the Bane, which is a slash weapon and poison damage as well. Maybe C or B tier. I think it's better than the Porcupine, but not that good. So B tier. Then we have the sword, so you come in with the black sword, possibly. Is it good? I guess it's alright. I'm gonna say it's like B tier when you come in. Then once you unlock the Mistwalker, I think that's S tier, just because of the passive effect of clearing the mist and the frost as well. Good weapon overall. Then we have the knives, so the black knife. Where do I put this thing? I guess B tier. You can get some good backstabs with it, but that's about it. And the skull and heady, well, it's just an upgrade over the black knife, so even more damage. Just 8 here, I guess. Should be fine. Then we have the spears and gears. I'm gonna say the black metal gear. Maybe 8 here. High 8 here. I mean, it's the best thing you probably have when you come in here, other than the Frostner. It's a solid crowd control weapon, at least in the dungeons, so you can spin, knock back all the enemies. Works great. Then we have the Himmelapfel, which is just the gear but better. I mean, more lightning damage and more damage overall than the black metal one. Just great item. Do recommend. Then we have the Carapace Spear, so you actually have to be in the biome for a while before you can even make one, and I'm gonna say it's about the same as the Porcupine, so why would you even make it? It just takes time and it's worse in almost all aspects than the other weapons, so it's a D tier weapon. Then we got the bows, so the Draugr Fang is probably still with you when you come in here. I guess it's like B or C tier. It's not great. You can snipe stuff with it, but you take like 20 shots at one of the bugs and it takes forever to kill. The Spine Snap, well, it's just a better bow, I guess. So, I guess B tier. It's not great either. We have the Arbalest, and you can like load it and then shoot, but it's like slower and deals more damage. I mean, I guess C tier. It's probably not that good. The Crystal Battle Axe, the Cram, and the Demolishers are... These are, I'd say, kind of the optional pick in this biome. I mean, they do crowd control, but gears and Himmelapfel are just better. I wouldn't really recommend these that much. If you want the Demolisher, sure, bring it on. The Cram, Slash version, and the Crystal Battle Axe, well, I don't know. I guess like E or F tier if you have to put it somewhere other than optional. And then we have the magic spells. Level 1, when you get them, they're kind of garbage D tier, but once you get the levels, I'd say every 10 levels they go up 1 layer, so level 50 or so they'd be S tier, and they will probably take over the melee as well. Real fast, so I mean, the protection staff is just fantastic. You basically become immortal, and the other two are just ranged versions of all the melee attacks comparing to the strength. So they're just better than the bows, and they deal AoE damage, at least the fire stuff. And the frost is just, everything's weak to frost in this biome pretty much. And it slows them down, and the skeletons, well, they just help you out. They do deal good damage as well. Alright, so let's go check them out in game, shall we? Let's see if I have to make any changes to this. Okay, so first up we have the Frostner. So, I mean, it works great on these guys. Just one hit to slow them down and the rest to finish them. I mean, I do recommend the Frostner. It's just great here. Nothing to too much worry about. It's just fantastic, I'd say. The special attack even staggers them slightly. And well, let me jump in here and I'm gonna go in there and check out the rest. Alright, let's check out the rest of things. So, the Geoden Band. Man, this thing does not stagger them, huh? Really? I mean, maybe slightly, but I mean, it's just not great. And the Porcupine, check this out. Yeah, and they are resistant to this thing, so I cannot recommend these too much. Yeah, then we have the sword, so the black metal sword. Check this out, if this is any effective against these guys. Yeah, man, it's decent. Maybe not the best, but it's alright. There's probably better options like the Mistwalker. See if we can find a seeker for this thing. Yeah, here we go. Let's see, can we... Yeah, the frost is just great. Just this thing is just fantastic. I do recommend this one. Yeah, then we have the knives. So the black metal knife. See if we can kill a guy with this. Yeah, it works okay, I guess. The real deal is the skull and heady. Let me wear this so we can actually see something in here. So this thing is an absolute menace against the seekers. You can 3-hit combo them. It's just great. If you want the knives, go for the skull and heady upgrade and forget about the black knife for sure. Then we have the carapace spear, so... Let's see, does this even do anything? I mean, they are resistant to it, so no, do not recommend this thing. Get something better. Yeah, then we have the heavy, so the demolisher. I mean, 2 hits out of this thing and all the seeker broads are dead, so that's good for that use, but what else? I mean, not really much else, I guess. Do you really want to kill the seekers with this thing? I mean, I guess it's possible if you have nothing else, but I do think they're kind of better ways to do things. It does stagger them, so you can like cheese them, but it's just really slow and almost impossible to get a clean hit on most enemies with this thing. Yeah. If you got nothing else, then I guess sure. And we got the Crom, which is like the slash version, but I mean, it's just garbage, I'd say. It's not even worth bringing it in. It's like the Crystal Battle Axe. I mean, you have so much better things to bring here. It takes so many hits to kill a Seeker, and yeah, completely not worth it. Even the special attack doesn't even stagger the enemies anymore, and yeah, don't even try to bring this here. Yeah, then we have the Black Metal Gear. I mean, I think this thing is still plenty fine here. Even though it's pierce damage, the special attack does stagger your enemies, so then you can just keep hitting them. And then we have the Himinafel, which is just an upgrade over the black metal one. Now you get lightning damage, so even a single hit staggers them and the second hit kills them. And of course you get the same special attack. But this time even that deals lightning damage, so just an overall upgrade over the black metal one. Do recommend. Okay, then we have the bows. So the Druggerfang. Let's see. Like 50 damage. Does it stagger them? With 2 hits, yes. Okay, it's kind of garbage then. And the Spine Snap, well, it deals more, but not that much more. About 60, but this thing does actually stagger them. Okay, so if you wanna use ranged, I do recommend the Spine Snap then. As the bow's choice. Yeah, then we have the Arbalest, so... see? It does stagger with a single hit with black metal bolts, so... and it's like a 2-hit kill, so that's good to know. And yeah, I mean, it's viable, I guess. You can like walk around, load it up, and 2-hit kill these guys. Okay, it's okay. Okay, then we have the staffs. So the fire staff. I mean, it's just great against triggers. Blast damage, 2-hit kills, it's just great. The staff of protection, well, it just gives you a shield. And the ice staff, so you can just hold down your left click and no seeker shall be left alive. They're just great in this biome. And of course the final staff, the Dead Racer. It just spawns skeletons, and I mean the skeletons are fine, but they're nothing special. However, you can give them a shield as well, so if you spawn in a skeleton, then you can also shield them, and if you upgrade your staffs, well, you can just spawn more and get a better shield and so on. But I do recommend the fire staff the most. It's great, the AoE damage is fantastic, and it doesn't even take that much either, so you can just spam it around and it's great. Alrighty, so Ashlands. So I think I'm gonna make 2 of these. So the first one we'll use for when you first get here. And the second list I'm gonna make at the end once we test out all the weapons and see where they land on the list. Okay, so when you first arrive into Ashlands, you don't have the new stuff, so we're gonna have to use the old stuff. The Frostner and Mistwalker. I'd say these are still good and okay, and probably fine. A tier. Then we have the Black Metal Atgear. I think because it's Pierce, that falls it down to like a B tier. Same with this thing, even though they do stagger the enemies, so I mean they're fine if you wanna use them, sure. Then we have the bows, so the Arbalest and the Spine Snap. I'm gonna say like a D tier. Ranged is not really the main weapon of choice here, I'd say. And sure, if you have nothing else, then you gotta do with what you gotta do. See it here. Then we have the Crom. Just don't. It's not worth it, same time. I mean, I'm gonna put the Demolisher at optional. It might be okay. Does have a good AoE and crush. The Jotunbane, just don't either. It's not the one here. Skull and 80. It's a knife. Do you really want to get up close and personal with Morgans and stuff? I don't think so. So, then we are left with magic, which of course, S tier. This thing will clear the area for you, even at the early game and even later in when you unlock the new spells, so You just straight up upgrade your staffs and life's good. Okay, let's go check these out in game, shall we? Alright, so let's give this Color and Haiti a go, shall we? Let's check out how this does in here. The Twitchers. Well, these guys are just mainly annoying, but 3 hits to stagger and kill, okay. 2 hits these guys, sure. Special attack, 1 hits these guys, okay. Check out with a warrior how we do. Just 3 hit combo, does it even stagger him? No, it does not, so you need at least 2 combos, not great, okay. So, can't really recommend this, unless you wanna parry even the melees, so that's gonna be rough. Oh, I don't know. As your first weapon here, surely can't be that bad, right? I mean, it does work, just do parry these guys if you wanna kill them. That's the way to go, I see. Yeah, if you wanna use these, go for parrying. That's your main way. Then we got the Bane, so let's give this a go. That guy's a star one, let's give it a moment. Can we even kill these guys with this thing? It's even weaker than the knives. Okay. Yeah, this thing is just garbage. Do not even try to bring this here. You're gonna just have a bad time. Just don't. It's horrible. It's so slow and deals no damage at all, as you can see. Yeah, it is garbage. Do not bring this. Righty, then we have the Crom, so... see if this thing can do anything. Deals about 100 damage or so. Oh man. It's about the same deal with the other thing. Just, if you wanna use this thing, do get yourself a cover and... I don't know. It's so slow and... impossible to hit these guys, so... get something better if you can. I do recommend. Anything else pretty much. Yeah, don't even try the Crown. It's garbage. Right, then we have the bows. So the Spine Snap. Let's see. Can we one-hit these guys? No! Oh, that's terrible. We can't even one-hit a Witcher. With needle arrows. Well, that's kind of hot garbage. F tier. Anti-crossbow. Even this thing can't one-hit these guys, so... F tier as well, I'd say. Well, this takes like 5 shots to kill a warrior then, at least. 10 shots to kill a star warrior. Oh, you're gonna have a bad time with this thing, aren't you? Cannot really recommend. You're just gonna spend all your time reloading and new enemies are gonna spawn all the time. Don't even try to bring crossbows here, at least the old one. We'll check out the new ones soon, but yeah. Can't really recommend the Spine Snap or the Arbalest. They don't seem to be worth anything. Righty, then we got the Black Metal Gear. Some 50 damage and spin to stagger them. So you can use this thing. You just special attack and then you run up to them and you stagger them and then take care of them. That's viable, I guess. Let's see if the warrior does the same thing, so... try to stagger him with the special attack. Yes, it does, but not for very long, so... they were kind of similar to the trolls, so you kind of have to special attack and then run up to them and special attack and... yeah. Not great. And then the Himinaffle, let's check it out, special attack. Does it deal more damage? Just about the same, but maybe some more flanking damage, it should. Yeah, just maybe slightly better than the Black Metal one, but still not great. Oh, the special attack is just great. I mean, you can just stagger enemies, run away, then you special attack again, stagger, run away, and yeah. You can kill these guys that way. I don't see really any other way, you just have to keep them staggered all the way. Otherwise, you're gonna just have a bad time. Can you even parry? It's kind of impossible with these guys anyway. The staggering is kind of impossible as well. Don't recommend this thing. Okay, then we got the Frostner and the Mistwalker. Let's see the Frostner. Oh, you can knock them back and they get slowed. Oh boy, how I missed this thing. 2 hits to kill these guys. Oh, it's good. Gets rid of these twitchers real fast. And just overall just nice. The slow is great. The damage is good. Yeah. This thing I can recommend. Bring this if you want. Okay, and the Mistwalker. Let's see. Let's see if he stops burning, so we can try the staggering if that's 1 hit. This actually deals a lot of damage here. It's actually a good weapon. 1 hits those. Yeah. I think the Mistwalker is even better than the Frostner just because it deals more damage overall. And it's faster to attack. So you can actually kill the enemies. Yeah, do recommend this thing. Alrighty, so magic. See, landed into the Ashlands, so the Fire Staff works great against the Twitchers. It's a 2-hit kill most likely. Yeah. The Asks win. They are a bit tougher, but still manageable, I'd say. With the Ice Staff, absolutely. And then there's the Warriors, so we have the Rangers. So you can just blast them with the Fire Staff. 2 hits is a kill. Even at level 1 staff, so works nice and fine. The Blobs, well, for masses of enemies, the Fire Staff is just amazing. You just clear them all and it's fun. It's nice and easy, no need to sweat about things. You can roll around, it's fine. Just blast them enemies with this staff of yours and it'll be fine. Magic is just the superior, I'd say, in the Ashlands. It's just way easier than meleeing these things, and you have range. It just makes things a lot easier. And then in the water as well, the Fire Staff and the Ice Staff, everything's slow and easy to kill. Do recommend this thing. Give it a go if you're not a mage type, and if you are mage type, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so next up, let's go check out all the new stuff in Ashlands. So I'm gonna do the thing in reverse, so I'm gonna show the things first and then we're gonna go do the tier list. Alrighty, so next up we have all the new Ashland stuff, so let's start with the Berserker axe, shall we? So the combo, oh, it does stagger these guys pretty nicely. Let me see if it's gonna stagger this guy as well. 3 hits to stagger, okay, so it's viable, okay. And of course it has the special attack, so kind of jump ahead and you hit once, and it does stagger these archers. And what about the melee? No, not the melee, okay. But yeah, I mean, it's an upgrade over the existing stuff, I guess, so if you're into access, then this thing should be for you. And even the block works good. Just block most of the damage. Sure. Yeah, these are alright. I'm gonna say B tier. They're okay. Alrighty, next up we have the Slayer. So the big sword. Let's see, normal hits. It does not stagger the warrior, huh? Well, that's kind of unfortunate. And the special attack. Oh, 500 damage. Okay, so if you want to stagger them, use the special attack. Almost one-hits them. That's good to know, so you can actually kill some stuff with this thing. I mean, it's slow, but it's not that terribly slow. It's only minus 5% move speed as well, so it's manageable, I'd say. I mean, it's okay. I'm gonna say it should be A tier, I think. Yeah. 8 here it is. Yeah, and then we have the spear, so the Litany or whatever it's called. These guys are resistant to pierce. Automatic F tier. Not much else to say about this thing. Okay, and next up we have the Need Hack, so let's see the melee. 3 hits to stagger and almost kill. Okay. And the special attack. 1 hits the rangers. Okay, it's alright. Gonna say A tier. Melee A tier. Yeah, looks good to me. And then we have the bow, so the Ripper. Let's see. Well, that's kind of weak. 120. That deals basically no damage at all. And the bow. About 60. And then F tier, if there even is one. Sure, these are just garbage. Don't even make the bows. At least if you wanna use them in the Ashlands. Can't really recommend them. I mean, sure, the Ask Swim you can hunt with this, but even if you take 3 hits to kill a Witcher, is it even worth? 4 hits, yeah, don't even. I'm just gonna throw this in the ocean. Alright, and then we have the Dirnwind, so the Flaming Sword, so let's see. Does this share stats with the Need Hack? Pretty much. 3 or 4 hits to kill a melee, I'd say. See if the special attack holds up. Yeah, and it staggers them. And normal is like 3 hits. Yeah, about the same as the Need Hack. It's gonna give the same score, so 8 here. Okay, so first up we have the Staff of Fracturing. So it's like a kind of the same as the Fire Staff, but it like throws out a explosive thing. Deals similar damage, I'd say. It does make your screen kind of wobble. I mean, it's about the same as the Fire Staff, nothing new there. Then we have the Troll Staff, so the new spawnable thing. So you get a huge meteorite coming down, it deals damage as well if you can hit it. And then you get a Troll. And well, the Troll hits anything in its path, including you, so do keep that in mind when you make one of these guys. Then we have the Dundir, and it's like a shotgun, you have to reload all the time. So you reload, and then you get a shot, and you can blow it out. Yeah, it's alright, I guess. It's mostly great for these little guys. Just kind of do some pretty good damage, if you can get it right in their face, but yeah. You do have to get really up close and personal with this thing. And finally we have the Nature Staff, so you can spawn these vines. And they just kind of hit everything around them, and they deal a massive damage, so I do recommend these things at least. I mean, if I just make a troll here, this thing has like, what, 600 health or something? These 2 vines, well, even this guy, he can't stand a chance against them, really. If you just have enough of them, then you keep him busy, and yeah. So you imagine this guy was like a huge enemy, and yeah, already half health. It's like a Morgan, same kind of deal, as much health. You have 3 or 4 of these things, and well, the Morgan's just gonna get slapped around with these things. Combined with the Frost Staff, I do recommend these vines. I mean, it's just fantastic. They make life so much easier in here. Alright, so the Ashlands tier list. Here it is. The magic stuff. Well, it all gets an automatic S tier, of course. No questions about asked. Nature Staff, by far the best, followed by the Troll Staff. And well, these 2, I don't know. I might even drop these to like A tier. The normal Fire Staff is just about the same as the other. This guy, the Fracturing one, and the Dundir, so I wouldn't even probably make them. I'd just stick to the Fire Staff, Ice Staff, the Shield Staff, and then make these 2 at S tier. Alright, so then the melees, the Spear, just absolute garbage, don't even make one, it's horrible. Slayer. I'd say it's 8 here if you like slow swords. Needhack, 8 here, and the Deerwing, 8 here. The Berserk axes, as cool as they are, I'm gonna have to drop them to B tier. They are kind of maybe even optional, but yeah, even without upgrades they're kind of not that great. I'd say middle of the pack, so B tier. Then we have the bows. Don't even waste your time making these. I cannot recommend them. D tier. And well, that's about it. The full tier list of all the weapons in Ashlands and in every other biome in Valheim. I'm not gonna go into details about the upgrades you can make to these weapons. There's plenty of other tier lists of those, and well, I do recommend you check them out yourself in the game to see what you like. They are kind of unique upgrades to every single weapon. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you leave a like and comment if you wanna see more of this. See ya!